Good morning to everyone. Here, Enrico Benzoni, Marketing and Technical Alliances Manager at Sumo. And with me, there's Claudio Ghedini, Security Engineer at Sumo.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, today we will take a few minutes of your time in order to show the power of Cloud SOAR. And we will show you an overview, and Claudio present a short demo in which you can understand some main capabilities that you can have with our tool. And then you can ask them a specific demo for you in order to respond to everything you want. During the webinar, you can ask any question that you want, and at the end we will respond to your question. Let me start in which are the challenges that we solve. Basically, SOAR, security orchestration, automation, and response help you in minimize the response time and permit you to give the priority to respond to security incident, reducing the false positive. It's work very close with the SIEM, and it can rapidly investigate alerts. That people orchestrating several tools in streamlined processes, you can improve your standard operating procedures in order to reduce the analyst fatigue. And this permits to improve the efficiency and consistency of your entire SOC or cyber team. SOAR take over where the detection starts, in a huge amount of alerts, tool to manage, processes to respect. SOAR ingest the alerts or insight if you have Cloud SIEM, and start the alert triage, make an enrichment and investigation, and permit you to take insightful decisions. So the time-consuming task as performed by automation and containment and remediation action, you can put, and we will see how, we will put under user choice. So you have total control of automation and total control of the decisions. Here you can see 5 pillars of our Cloud SOAR, the open integration framework that is a unique capability that permit you to create unlimited integration and create connectors to proceed in the creation of cyber and not cyber use cases. It's very easy to create new connectors. My role in Sumo is to create more and more connectors in order to permit you to have all the action you need. And then you can create the playbooks, and thanks to the alert triage, just the alerts that matter are converted in incident. And thanks to the progressive automation, you can automate time-consuming tasks and permit your analysts to take the right decisions, because they will have all tasks in one place. They can manage all aspects of the incident, and the supervised active intelligence with playbook suggestion help them in take the right decisions. And at the end, you can also improve the communication, because there are many KPIs, dashboard you can create, specific real-time detailed incident reports, and if you are an MSSP, you can have a dashboard for each your customer and specific personalization to everyone. Here you can see some of the connectors that we already built. We have hundreds of connectors and thousands of actions. They are in standard languages, and in our community you will find the integration, the playbooks that we have a library with hundreds of playbooks that you can take and you can adapt to your environment. So it's very easy to start the Cloud SOAR project. And you can create also demons and triggers that are specific capabilities that you can have in order to improve your processes. Here, a very quick overview on a phishing playbook example. After you receive a suspect email, the SOAR ingest that and start this process. This is a standard operating procedure for that kind of process. This is an example based on some tools that this customer had. For example, you can see in green many different enrichment actions, the IP geolocalization of phishing domain screenshot. In blue, there are notification actions, so you can send an email. And arrive here, there's the machine choice. The machine analyze the score of the parameters that you set before and take decisions. In this case, the phishing mail is malicious, so the playbook go up and continue this process and arrive at this very important node that is the analyst choice. Here, the playbook stop, and in the SecOps dashboard appear this question: which technology do you want to ban the domain? So you, in this case, you have many different technologies. You can skip the process. You can enter in the details. You can work on this incident, but with all the information collected in automatic. In this case, the analyst click on Cisco umbrella, and the tool, our platform, orchestrates Cisco umbrella action in order to block the threats. And at the end, there's an automatically assigned task to a specific group of analysts or an analyst that they have to review the incident and close it. So if you see of the overall actions, just two actions will appear in the SecOps dashboard. And this is why it's very important that there will be a human interaction. And at the end, you can conclude in just 4 minutes this playbook. You can also add to the playbooks other playbooks, so you can use multiple processes and you can start them. It depends when you set the process, how they work. The SecOps dashboard is very powerful because you can have all tasks in one place. For example, you can manage playbook action, respond to user choices, or activate the manual execution actions. All the action you have seen before can be automatically executed, or they can be executed by the manual execution. So every action appear in the SecOps dashboard to a group of analysts, and they can activate them and check that everything going well. Then they also have the automatically assigned task in which they can complete, assign, close, reassign, or decline your assigned task. And in addition, you will receive in the SecOps dashboard also the playbook recommendation that the machine learning provide, and here you have clear all the activities that has to be performed by you. Here you can see 6 points that represent our solution: the open integration framework, incident management capabilities, playbook and case manager, SecOps dashboard, triage, machine learning and supervised active intelligence, highly customizable dashboard and KPI, and the incident report. Now, my colleague Claudio show you the platform in order to prove the open integration framework, the playbook example more in detail, and the SecOps dashboard. Then we will concentrate in the 3 main points. Then we can for sure organize a specific demo for you if you wanted to prove any other point. Please, Claudio.
Thank you, Enrico. Hope you can see my screen.
Yep.
As Enrico said, I want to highlight this is main feature of the Sumo Logic Cloud SOAR, starting from the open integration framework. That is a tool inside the platform where you can manage, add, and customize, and even create your own integration with the different technology you want to orchestrate. So let's see the open integration framework inside the platform. This section where you see all the integration that you can upload to your instance. You can search for the name, for example. These are example for Sumo Logic CIP and the Sumo Logic CSE integration. All these blocks are the action that are already created. You can from here edit the code. As you can see, is in clear text. We support Python, PowerShell, Bash, and Perl scripting, and you can have a highlight the function of the language that you select, and from here is complete and like an EDA. You can edit on the fly the code. Will suggest also the function. You can save, and from here you can also test it. There is a resource section where you can put the parameters to connect to that technology. Obviously, the parameters depend on the technology, so there can be name, password, API key, and depend on the technology. And so from here is very simple. You can upload the new integration, and even from here you can also create your own. Now I want to highlight the second and third point that are strictly connected. So the incident management capability playbook and case management and the SecOps dashboard. Enrico already told you something. Let me show you more in detail. This is the playbook section where you can create as many playbook for any use case you want to analyze or orchestrate with the different technology. But we don't have only cyber secure use case. So this is an example of an IoT use case based on Cisco and Leontia technology. Even here you can search for a particular use case, the name of the playbook. As I said, is not only for a cyber use case. This is an example of financial, environment use case for analyzing stolen credit card transaction, for example, or even for a stolen credential in the financial sector, for example. As you see, the blocks are all color coded as the action in the that I previously showed in the open integration framework. And then let's see more in detail the playbook that Enrico showed you before, the spear phishing, user for spear phishing use case. Obviously, these are example. You can adapt completely to the technology and the flow that you want to follow to analyze this specific use case. So here, again, the boxes are color coded, the green one and the enrichment part. You can start, for example, the flow. We start with this technology, URScan.io, to analyze the URL that was attached or inside the email that we received. And you can set, for example, also a timeout for that action to be automatically stopped after that if there is no connection, for example. We can have another enrichment on Cisco Umbrella Investigate. And here, for all this node, we use as an input the output result of the previous node. So in any moment, you can use an input or output in all subsequent node of the playbook. We have the logical choice where you can put the result and test it with a threshold that you can configure. And the user choice where you can ask the analyst to take a decision. You can put as many answers as you want. You can also configure it to be answered this question directly from the email. We have the containment part with the red blocks, and then the manual task. So we ask the incident to take, in this case, a review the incident and close. And from the SecOps dashboard, the home section of the platform, where the analyst can stay here and see all the action that is involved, so all the tasks, so he can track his progress directly from here, and also answer to the question inside the playbook. So this is an example. So directly from here, without going inside the playbook, he can take the proper choice to let the workflow proceed. The point number 4 is triage machine learning, supervised active intelligence. So we help the analyst to take in every moment the right choice. We highlight 2 phases. The first one is eliminating the false positive through the triage capability of the platform. So it can only the real threats are create a real incident. And the second phase is allowing the analyst to make the right decision by recommending to the machine learning the most relevant playbook that can use to analyze that specific threats. So again, going back to the my SecOps dashboard. So here is an example of the triage event. You can take here also decision related to triage event. And this is our the machine learning suggestion. So machine learning tell the analyst that this playbook can be used for analyze this specific incident. So the analyst from here can add directly to the incident, run immediately from here. This means the suggestion or even blacklist this playbook, so it won't be showed later on by the machine learning engine. The point number 5 is the highly customizable graphical dashboard and the KPI report. So let's see, this is an example of the graphical dashboard where you can see different widgets with different graphic, different charts that you can customize and display. These are some examples of the different charts. All are interactive, so you can hide and show and adapt the graphic. The chart will adapt to the data that you want to share. You can check the data that compose that part, and directly from here jump inside the specific incident, review all the fields that are interesting. You have some widget in the incident where, for example, you can track all the steps of the analysis. The analyst can add more information, and for example, also see the source alert of this incident. You can see the playbook, obviously, that the status of the playbook, all the IOCs that are involved in this analysis for this specific incident, and all the attachment collected that the analyst can also add. Going back here, obviously you can customize. You have different section of the screen where you can add different widget, also multiple instances on the same widget, maybe with different data. You can rearrange the order of the widget that are displayed, just drag and drop here. So any user of the platform can create and customize his own graphical dashboard. You can detach it to maybe to show it in external monitor, for example, that are used in the SOC environment often. You can export the graphic in Excel and PDF and create the KPI report from here. You can select the incident kind and create a different output for so you can customize the report. You can speak some filter for the time fields, for example, or for the incident field, so adding only some status, for example, to be extracted. You can select and rearrange each field that you want to be shown in the report easily, and you can select a different format from the report. You have the PDF, encrypt PDF, XLS, CSV, and doc, as you see. And you can also schedule a report, for example, on the first of the month will be automatically sent to a specific mail recipient. Back to customization, every widget can be customized, so you can pick your time interval. There are some fixed, but you can also customize your own. For example, you can select the type of chart that you want to display, and also the field that you want to group by the data from. So each user can customize, as I said, show different data for based on his role, for example. The last point that I want to highlight is the incident report capability. We have the possibility to create a very powerful and customizable report where you can define, this is an example, here you can define your graphic, your font, your colors, your logo, and adding this placeholder inside the bracket, you pick some field of the, in this case of the incident, where and this field will be populated at runtime, so you can create a template comprehensive, and all the field will be populated at runtime when you analyze that specific incident and want to report it. Okay, so that's all for me now. Enrico?
Yeah, thanks, Claudio. So we have seen the open integration framework in order to create all connectors that you need. The power of open integration framework is the easy of creation. So we have a specific team that day by day create connectors for you, but if you have specialists inside, you can manage directly your connectors, and you can create many different things. I have seen that arrived related to this topic a question about demons. So which are the most common demons that you can create? So demons are scheduled processes. So you can create several, and there's no limits on demons you can create. For example, and let me know, Claudio, if I'm wrong, you can analyzing the content of a mailbox and downloading mails that meet specific requirements, or analyzing the incoming syslog messages and convert them in Cloud SOAR. So triage an incident object. Then retrieving the new thread feeds from external repositories such as MISP or other commercial product and convert them in Cloud SOAR object, or analyzing database external to Cloud SOAR, identify the new tuples inserted and activate appropriate actions. And retrieving new alerts, offenses, or and search results from SIEM. That is, SOAR works very close to SIEM and complete them. And then you can retrieve IOCs from threat intelligence. I think that these 6 points are the main. And what about the triggers? So that's the other action that we mentioned. Would you like to explain better the triggers?
Yeah, trigger are events that are, as I said, in the name, triggered when an analyst performs some manual action. So, for example, closing an incident can trigger, a trigger that can go on the source of the event and close the event also on the source. This is just an example. It's very powerful tool that you can define each every action. I mean that after a manual action done by the analyst.
Yeah. Which are the different actions you can create with Cloud SOAR? So I respond to this one. So you can create 7 types of action. Enrichment that we show you in the example are green schedule action that are action that till a condition is not satisfied, continue to understand. For example, if you have an open ticket in a Redmine or other tool, and the playbook has to continue when that specific ticket will be closed, the Cloud SOAR asks every day, every minute, every hour, based on what you decide to ask, and till that condition is not concluded, continue to schedule the query to that tool. Then you have a containment action, notification action, custom action that should be custom or on your specific tools, and the task that are automatically assigned task to user, and machine and user choices. That are the 7 you can create.
Yeah.
There's another question: which are the languages that you can use to create connectors?
Yeah. Python, Bash, PowerShell, and shell scripting.
The main famous is Python. That is
Yeah.
the main
Mainly
use.
Python.
Yeah. Then, what is the deployment of the solution? How is available on on-premise environment and not in cloud?
Yeah, it's possible to have different configuration with only one virtual machine, with 2 virtual machine that separate the data from the database level from the data display, so the interface. There is the you can have HR, so high availability and disaster recovery configuration that are mainly used in the financial environment, for example. Yeah, there are many possibility, and also they can be customized or your own, your particular request on your environment. And yeah, the Enrico, this is a multi-tenancy also native platform that, as Enrico says something before, and yeah, can Enrico, so you can show also more detail of the multi-tenancy.
Yeah, we have several architecture here. For example, the multi-tenancy that permit you to have a centralized management with aggregated reporting for all your customers, and you can propagate standard from master to tenants and have horizontal and vertical scalability to ensure excellent performance. Or in addition to the physical data segregation by customer, that is very important for GDPR compliance and if something happens. And we think that the cloud will be the future. Our platform is named the Cloud SOAR. We also have on-premises version for that customer are not ready for the cloud, and we can guarantee them Cloud SOAR features for sure. Then how to start a SOAR project. This is an interesting question. So the main thing that you have to have clear in mind are the processes, because cybersecurity is mainly processes, and you have to design them, and then you can improve in the platform. We have partners and teams that help you in define standard operating procedures. Then you have to check the tool that you have to put inside, if the connectors are existing or not, and then you can create the playbooks and start using. And we'll also support you in the change of mindset of analysts that before they are used to work in many different tools and manage them, then they have to be concentrating in a few tasks, but very important tasks that are our suggestion to start a SOAR project. But it's very easy. So it's the delivery of Cloud SOAR is very easy, because you have the connectors that you need. It's easy to set up the tool, and you can start from the main attacks that you receive, if it is phishing, DDoS, malware, and you can start using that for specific kind of threats, and then you take confidence and you will use more and more, and you can extend the perimeter of the use of Cloud SOAR to the other department. Okay, I think there are no other question? No, there are few, but we have no time to respond. But please, it will be a pleasure to respond to you. I invite you to contact us to sales at sumologic.com, and we invite you to participate to Illuminate. That is our event that the 28 and 29 will run, and we will have several customers that talk, and our expert that show how to modernize your cybersecurity operation with Cloud SIEM, Cloud SOAR, and all the other tools that we have. Cloud SIEM is just mentioned by Gartner as a visionary, and we just launched our Cloud SOAR. So we will invite you to participate to Illuminate. Thank you very much to attend
Thank
this
you.
webinar, and see you soon.